Hello, I'm Dr. Scott Peck, and this is number 3 of Healing Hurt Feelings in Relationships. Shannon, my wife, and I were having lunch and talking about hurt feelings and how can you overcome them. And I have so much compassion for everyone because we all have hurt feelings, and many people have hurt feelings that are extremely deep from the way they were raised by a parent or from a relationship they've had in marriage that didn't work out. So this is a big issue and a real one. And as we sat there at lunch thinking about, well, what is the solution to healing hurt feelings? We looked at what had happened in our own lives and the times that we've had the biggest hurt feelings. And in every one of those times, something interesting emerged in our conversation, that the hurt feelings caused us to rise to a new level that we wouldn't have otherwise, and also caused relationships that weren't good for us to disappear or to fade away. Shannon was unhappily married for 18 years, and I was in 2 unsuccessful marriages. We both had incredible hurt feelings from those relationships, but the relationships weren't right for us. So these hurt feelings, as they exploded into dissolution of the relationship, caused us to get to higher ground. So it's very interesting that if you're having hurt feelings from a relationship right now, a past relationship, then it's probably a good thing that that relationship is over and enabling you to move to higher ground. And so after the relationship is over, what we end up with is having a relationship with hurt feelings. The person is gone, but now we still have that residue coming up over and over again. So it's really a relationship with hurt, not with another person. And the good news there is not the feeling hurt. The good news is that it's within you. Now there's no other one involved, so the healing can take place within you because you deserve to feel whole and have a sense of well-being. So as many times as it may take, at least this is now between you and your higher self to cleanse, to take your own relationship with hurt to a higher relationship of having a relationship with well-being. It's not easy, but it's a lot easier doing it by yourself than it is with someone else in your face who's causing those hurt feelings. If you're in a relationship right now where there's hurt feelings now in the relationship, and just imagine on earth how many people are in relationships right now where they're being emotionally abused or physically abused or hurt, just talked to in a mean way or not loved or ignored. All of those create hurt feelings. Or in business, sometimes you can't get away from those relationships. Well, this is harder because it's not harder in the sense that the solution is there, because the solution will come. It's harder because you're in the middle of it. It's not over yet. I remember how hard it was for me when in my past marriage, my feelings were so hurt, I felt so trapped, there's nothing I felt I could do about it, because at that point I was too much of a wimp to stand up for what I knew was right for me and to have the relationship end. I went off and played polo, and I loved it, but it was just an excuse to put my energy somewhere else. It's so interesting. Shannon became a full-time spiritual healer during her difficult marriage because it caused her to rise up to a higher place, so that those hurt feelings caused her to take hold of herself and follow her passion, which today she continues as a phenomenal full-time healer because she gained that skill during the difficult times of her marriage. In a way where each of us is being called to make higher choices. What's the highest choice I can make in this situation? And if you don't have the courage, or it doesn't seem right to you to leave a current relationship, then that's okay. We applaud that. because you have to do what feels right to you at the time it feels right to you. But healing can occur. Here's the big principle. Healing is not dependent on another person. Your healing of hurt feelings is all about your relationship with love and your relationship with yourself, your higher self. And there's no question we need to forgive ourselves immensely and continuously for mistakes we have made, or for getting mad at ourselves or somebody else because the heat is too much for our heart. So forgiveness is a constant, but it's a wonderful way of loving yourself. And that's really the big theme here, is healing hurt feelings in relationships ultimately comes down to loving yourself more. It doesn't come down to loving someone else more, although that always helps in life, or waiting for someone else to love you more, or crying or hoping that they will love you more, or come up to the plate of what real love looks like, because so often that just doesn't happen. So it comes down to you and me, each of us, loving ourselves more. And not just like superficially, I mean at a deep level where we realize I am valuable. You are valuable. You are a beautiful person. You deserve to feel loved, just like I do. And I don't deserve it any more than you do, and you don't deserve it any more or any less than anyone else on this planet. So when we take that stand, I'm a lovable person, and we start finding out why that is and loving ourselves, that's big. It's hard to do when we're under the pressure of someone else telling us we're not lovable, which is why we need to surround ourselves with people who love us. People, even if we're married, get new girlfriends or boyfriends that are, that you can have a friendship relationship with, who are going to tell you how wonderful you are. And get involved in something that lets your light shine. I mean, Shannon got involved in healing. It let her light shine. I played polo. That didn't exactly let my light shine, although it did. But I also got passionate about working with a group to produce a love seminar, and did that for a year. And because that was my inner passion. And that's how I met Shannon. If I hadn't have followed my passion, I wouldn't even be married today to Shannon. You might have to listen to this tape, this video, 100 times for it to sink in how lovable you are and how worthy of love you are, because you may not feel that, and I understand that. I sure didn't when I was going through the hurt feelings. But we're with you, the Love Center is with you, and we know that this is a principle. It's not like you're an unlucky one and we're lucky. We all deserve, as our spiritual inheritance, as our spiritual right, to live in a state of well-being, not a state of hurt. And that's the opposite of hurt, living in a state of well-being. So that's where you're moving to. You're moving there right now as you're listening to this video. It's awakening within you your higher self's understanding and agreement with what I'm saying, because this isn't Scott Peck's point of view about healing hurt in relationships. This is love's point of view. And that's why it carries so much authority and so much effectiveness, and that's why it is true for you and can penetrate any hurt that you might be feeling. Shannon and I are with you. It may feel like a long haul, but loving yourself is a long haul, but it's the only way to go. And if you wonder, well, I'm not lovable and no one's loving me, we're loving you. And we're loving you and encouraging you to love yourself and be with people who love you. The Love Center, it sends out the energy that you're lovable, that it's your spiritual right. So thank you for spending these few moments with me. And these are moments that are lifting you out of hurt into well-being. And we're going to be with you for as long as that takes. And you be with yourself for as long as that takes. I love you.